All right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol TLRY, Tilray Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we dive into this chart, I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware that we did talk about this earlier in the week, and it broke through the support levels. I also have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss towards the end of the video. So stay tuned for more information on that as well. We're going to talk about the chart, the potential moving forward, and how it's been growing year over year and quarter over quarter. So stay tuned for more information on that. But back to Tilray. It broke through the support we talked about. It fought to bring itself back up, and now it's on its way to newer lows, right? If it breaks through the support that we're about to look at, which was one of the bullish candlesticks, and it actually was the lowest point reached in the day. So this ticker symbol right now, Tilray Inc., after all this momentum, it has all gotten eaten away. Bulls try to bring it back up, and it continued downwards. This could end up leveling off anywhere around this area down here, $23 to $25 mark, or end up back down here below the point where it started to run or back leveled off with these numbers from $20 to $17. So what would be the next support level? Because we're about to hit that $28 support level, and actually the lowest point of the day is lower than that point, right? So what would be next? Well, if we go to the history of the chart, at this point right here, to be exact, would be the next support level, 25, 28. I'd write that down. Super important to keep that in mind moving forward as the volatility of this stock continues downwards, right? We want to watch it carefully. So where are we at right now? We're at 29.26. The 50-day moving average is right here at this point of 40.67. It doesn't let me land exactly on it, but 40.67 needs to be broken through for the bulls to bring this back into bullish territory. Anything below it, we're in bearish territory. Now, what is the lowest point reached in the day in this bullish candlestick? It was 28.25. I want every single investor to keep that in mind. 28.25 is your first support level before worrying about anywhere lower. But 28.25, you want to watch how the behavior is. If that gets broken through, then you want to pay attention to how it's reacting between this support level and the next support level that I mentioned earlier. And if the bulls are trying to reappear and bring it back up, or are the bears tearing this one down fairly fast, pulling it away from the 50-day moving average. Now, our resistance, which is the highest point reached in the day, was 35.45. That needs to be broken through by the bulls. But I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware that if that gets broken through, it does not signify or guarantee that the bulls will have a chance to break through the 50-day moving average and that they're going to end up in bullish territory by default or guaranteed. It does not mean that. This is just an indicator for us investors to know where the stock's momentum is going. And if the bulls can turn 35.45 into a support, they can then have the opportunity to pull away from it, reach newer highs, new resistance levels, and in turn getting them closer to the 50-day moving average to then cross it and end up in bullish territory. They need to cross the 50-day moving average, not the resistance, to gain leverage. This is just a catalyst or a stepping stone to work its way up to newer highs. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Stay tuned to the end because I do have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss. It's a new one, and you definitely want to add it to your watch list. So for everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is in the semiconductor sector. And we've talked about several semiconductor sector companies, but this is a new one that just recently ran, and I'm looking for it to cool off. And I definitely want to advise every single investor and viewer to watch this one carefully for a cool off or a pullback because things ran up a little too quick. But let's look at its chart. The ticker symbol is AMKR. Now, they've been growing exponentially over the year, right? After hitting lows of 540 and some change, leading up to this point here of a high of $25. Now, it's pulling back pretty steeply, right, in the last day. and last trading day, and we just had a wild run from $18 to 25. So things definitely need to cool off or consolidate before showing any signs of opportunity. Now, what I do want every single investor to be aware of is the market cap. It's 5 billion, and how revenue has grown, right, over the years. Now, the last 3 years, right, 2017, 2018, 2019 was about 4 billion. And then on 2020, which was the last year, on the fourth year, it went up to 5 billion. Now, the most important thing out of all of this is that net income increased. Now, it was pretty good in 2017, but it increased again in 2020, and we're seeing that upward trend. And 2021 might show signs of opportunity for more growth. So here we are with the revenue and the net income being 300 million compared to almost 50% of that the years before. Now, the quarterly shows you how it grew, and also earnings just recently got beat. That's why we saw that run. Earnings just continues to get beat, and that's another interesting thing about this company. It just keeps on crushing earnings, and that's how you see that revenue and net income growth as well here. So if this grows, earnings is being beat, and if earnings is being beat, the stock price grows as well, because more revenue, more profit, more value to the stock, more value to the market cap of the company. So that's why we saw such a run recently, and we need to watch it carefully. I definitely want to see this cool off, but this is one in the semiconductor company and sectors that have opportunity to continue to expand and grow. Now, all these smaller companies compared to IBM, Nvidia, Intel, AMD, they have opportunity to take every slice of the pie of the whole market share of this sector. Now, some will be bigger than others, but they all have opportunity to grow as they continue to get their pieces or slices of the full pie. So I do want every single investor to be aware that semiconductor sector overall is definitely one to be digging into, diving into, and looking for companies that are getting out of the hole, especially like one like this one. This one was profitable every single year, which is pretty good. There's some that were never profitable, and also their revenue are terrible compared to this one. Revenue's always been pretty decent, and it's growing now. So 2021 might be the year for growth to continue and even moving forward. I mean, as AI intelligence becomes more of a norm, and all these autonomous driving and all these different technologies for vehicles, computers, software, and just even robots, right? And I'm not saying robots that are human-like. I'm talking about robots that already exist to upgrade them to newer levels, like robots that move boxes around and stuff, and also shipment and drones and all these different things that are necessary to continue to proceed in innovation. And semiconductor companies are taking a big market share in this movement. As always, guys, I hope you guys find these videos helpful and informative. I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold any positions on AMKR or any ticker symbols that we discuss here. I'm just here to enlighten everyone on opportunities and ticker symbols that are growing, showing potential. But I definitely want every single investor to be aware that this needs to cool off or consolidate before anything that we can understand more about this chart in the short term. But in the long term, we've already seen it. It's been growing and the potential is there. It took off right now, so we wanted to cool off, but definitely we want to see how it continues to behave leading into the future and months to come. But there is room in the sector overall, and this may be one of those that's looking like an opportunity. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.